Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. This is not financial advice. I just hope you brought your oven mitts, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Now, family, you already know what time it is. Hit the like and leave a 1 in the chat so I know where you at, baby. You know what? Even when you hit a 1, let me know where you from, baby. I see you. I want to see the family. You already know what time it is. Get to know you a little bit better. I seen somebody in the Discord yesterday. They was like, Keenan, I saw you in Manhattan, right? I'm like, yo, this is crazy, right? It's such a small world. It's such a small world, man, that you could just be outside and you could just run into people that you like, yo, is that Keenan? Like that blew my mind a little bit, right? It happened a few times, but in a big area like that, how do you even spot me, right? How do you even spot me? But it is what it is. It's all love. I see the family rolling in. I love to see it. Now, I see New York is in the building. I see Dallas is in the building. I see Cali is in the building. Hey, beautiful Oregon in the building. I see you. I see you, baby. Hey. Shout out to Venus Vibes. I see you, Tennessee in the building too. We love it. Austin, baby. Hey, we in here. You already know what time it is. Now, the markets have been coming down a little bit in the pre-market. Japan is in the building too. Hey, we love to see it. Shout out to the whole family. You said Palms. Where we at? You said Florida. Yo, come on now. Boston, stand up. Boston, stand up. Delaware is in the house. You see it. Delaware is in the house, baby. Chicago in the house too. Major salute. Major shout out to Chicago. North Carolina is in the building. He said CLT in the building. I love it. I love it. Raleigh, baby. Raleigh. You know what's funny? My great grandmother she was in that area. Raleigh, right? Yo, let's get it. Let's get it. I see Oregon in the building. Vegas in the building. I see you, baby. Los Angeles is in our house too. Ohio in the building, baby. Hey, Milwaukee in the house. You love it. I love to see it. I love to see it. Shout out to the whole family. So now, understand me on this, family. They putting FUD out in the market, but watch when the markets finally turn around, whether it be a day from now, whether it be a year from now. They always late to the party and slow to the show. So what I mean by that and what I want you to do is be prepared. And let me just show you something real quick. Take a look at this. Bloomberg just came out with this 19 minutes ago saying U.S. rates may be headed higher than Wall Street or the Fed think. And I'm thinking, hold up, y'all basically are Wall Street, right? Y'all a huge part of it, right? So, but it is what it is. So now, why are they saying this? They're saying that inflation, the numbers didn't come out as expected. They came out a little hotter than expected, right? So we could take advantage of this though. Remember, there's always a bull market somewhere. And what we're going to do now is actually literally think about it and talk about it. So I want to Google something to you or for you real quick, right? And I want to just show you, because we got to remember that we got to take advantage of everything that we can in this life so that we can make money, right? We're going to talk about options. We're going to talk about everything, la, la, la. However, since the rates are going up, we got to remember that there's money to be made everywhere in every way. So now, what I'm going to do is, let me see, online savings account. I want to just show you something real quick. Here we go. Take a look at this, right? We got to take advantage of this in every which way. And I was having this conversation yesterday. Since the rates are going up for the banks, that means literally on the other side. So this is bad for the stock market, but this is good for your savings account, especially if you have an online savings account. Again, I'm not giving you financial advice, but I do always want to put a gem in your pocket for you to leave with. And that's this. So you already know what time it is. A lot of the institutions are going cash heavy. A lot of the millionaires and billionaires are seeing what they could do to grow their cash rather than having it sinking in the market. We still invest long-term into our long-term bangers. We still trade. However, look at this. If you have, and let's actually move some of these over, right? Let's move this and move this, because I want to just give you an example. When I first got into the game, I had Bank of America as my primary savings account where I had all of my money over there, right? And again, really pay attention to this, especially if you have any amount of money in the market, family, because this is going to give you money versus, or not even in the market, any kind of money sitting in a savings account, right? It don't have to be Discover. It could be whatever, right? You be the judge, but just see the difference. This is a 3.4% rate. It was 3.3. And like a year ago, it was like 1.3. The interest rates are going up. So then this means that people are pulling their money out of the market and putting it into what they call safety, right? It's a flight to safety. And I want to just drop this gem on you. So put some headphones in the chat, family, so you can just see this. Let's imagine that you got $10,000, right? $10,000. Hold up, it's not working. My keyboard is telling me it ain't working. $10,000, right? Press enter right here. Now, if you had this sitting in the Bank of America, right? Interest earned on the year, you would earn a quick $339 just having it sitting in Discover versus having earned $1 from having it sitting where? In the Bank of America. No disrespect to the Bank of America, but we got to understand that this is passive income. What if I told you, hey, you got 10 G's sitting in your right pocket, and you don't even have to let go of your Bank of America account or your other kind of Chase or whatever account. You can keep all of it, right? I got multiple of these kind of bank accounts. You can keep all of it. But just understand, why not make some passive income if your money is just sitting, right? Why not? So this is why we're doing a 26-week challenge. And then I want you to just say, oh, I do got some cash, whether it's in my buying power, whether it's in my savings account or whatever. I say, hey, if you move it from your right pocket to your left pocket, it's going to earn you over $300 versus $1. Family, they both insured by the government and everything like that. It is what it is, right? Now, how are they able to do this? How is Discover able to pay you more interest than the Bank of America? This is why. There's multiple reasons, but this is the main one. The Discover Bank does not have it's an online bank. They don't have these brick and mortar stores for you to walk in. So then they don't got to pay the overhead. They don't got to pay the mortgages, the rent, or nothing like that. So then they could share the money that they have, that they're earning off of you, with you. They can share the money that they're earning off of you with you. Because remember, when you put your money into a bank, what they're doing is, family, they go and they loan all of your money out 10 times over. And then they make a lot of money with 20% interest rate credit cards. They making a whole lot of money on your money. The Bank of America is doing this. Discover is doing this. All of the banks are doing this. However, Discover, since they don't have the same bills as the Bank of America, they can share more of it with you. So it just is what it is. It's how the banks work. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it raw. You said you have 7. My guy Harris, he said he got 7 different banks. Family, 7 different banks. Again, we got to do what makes sense. We got to do what makes sense. Real talk. I'm telling you, family, that's what I'm talking about. And let's just do the math on that, right? Let's just do the math on that. Let's see. Because again, it's always a bull market somewhere. We're going to make money however it go, wherever it go. Let me ask Siri something. Hey, Siri, how are you?
Not too shabby. Thanks for asking.
Not too shabby. I see you got an update. You ain't say that before. What is $1 divided by 12?
On it.
Now you don't have an answer.
The answer.
I thought you was not too shabby. What is 1 divided by 12?
The answer is approximately 0.08333.
Family, 8 cents. This is Bank of America having 10 G's in there is gonna earn you 8 cents a month. 8 cents, right? That's crazy. Somebody put 8 cents in the chat. The Bank of America is gonna give you 8 cents for having that same 10 G's in there. Let's see what Discover is gonna give you, because I divided it by 12, right? I divided it by 12, AKA what you're gonna get per month, because you're gonna get $1 in a whole year of keeping your money on there, family. Let's see this one. 339.62 divided by 12.
It's approximately 28.3016.
So $28, family. So somebody put $28 in the chat. Check this out. The Bank of America is going to give you $1 a year for having 10 G's over there. And again, no disrespect, Bank of America. Nobody's trying to get sued, right? This is just the math, right? This is not, it is what it is. This is just the math on it. They're going to give you 8 cents a month. Family, what you going to do with that? No disrespect. All money that's coming passively is good, but 8 cents, come on now. So then if we were to have it over, in Discover, for example, then what? If we were to have it over in Discover, family, $28 a month. So you know what that could pay off? You know what that could pay? That could pay your Netflix. That could help you to pay for some of your gas, right? And you didn't go have to work for this, right? $28 a month. This could help you to pay some of these bills that you have. So you see what I'm saying? Just from putting your money to your right pocket to your left pocket. And this ain't no Discover promo. You could get Ally Bank or something else like that. Let's see, because I think Ally is the exact same. Ally and Discover usually, they like each other's main competitors. So both of them is giving you that 3.4%. Both of them, right? So then let's see what Wells Fargo is. Some people have that. Wells Fargo, let's throw them in there. Wells Fargo is a little bit better than the Bank of America. Family, $15. Let's go. Let's go. No, let's not go. Let's get our money and put it somewhere safe. Now, grow your money with our high yield online savings account with no minimum deposit. I'm not sponsored by Discover. However, I've been using them for years to grow my money. Now, it's a savings account. This ain't money that I'm planning on putting in nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Just money to keep me safe for times get hard. Then boom, it's straight up like that. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go and let's take a quick look at the markets, family. And if you can find a better rate, just make sure that it's a better rate, but it's not a scam in terms of, like I seen somebody talking about, oh yeah, you could stake this, you could stake that, you could stake some coin somewhere, some cryptocurrency and blah, blah, blah. But you already seen what happened to all of these exchanges that's been offering you these high rates, right? You already seen that. And I want to just bring it to your attention. You heard of a Ponzi scheme. Now, let me see. What rate was Bernie Madoff offering? Right? Which rate of return? That's what I'm trying to find out. Here we go. Y'all want to see something crazy? Look at this. Let's keep it real. What rate of return did Madoff promise? According to this right here, and you can go double check, right? This is a quick Google search. They said he offered 10% return. Family, some of these crypto exchanges, family, was offering like 19% in staking before they went down. Some of them were offering like 19% before they collapsed, family. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it with a quick Google search before we get into the market, but y'all remember them. Y'all remember them. Crypto exchange. Highest staking rewards. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it because a lot of them went under, family. You know what time it is. When we was in a bull market, we was, you know what I'm saying, Bitcoin pumping to 60,000. They like, yo, come on over here. Look at this. Best crypto stakings 2023, 10+%. Hold up. I don't even think my button's working no more. Yeah, I got to go fix them. But hold up. I will play that scratch right now. What do you mean 10+%? You telling me you offering the same rate that Bernie Madoff was offering, but more? This sounds too good to be true. And it probably is. And this is why all of these things go under. So again, if you want crypto and you think about staking it, just remember, family, Bernie Madoff doing one of the biggest scams of all time, allegedly, right? Ain't nobody trying to get sued ever. Offering 10%, a return of 10%. And that was a huge scam. So then imagine, and again, allegedly, how big of a scam is these things offering 19% plus 10%? What the heck is up with that, right? Like FTX, for example. So just be on the lookout for the scams. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So now, with that being said, let's get right into the markets, family. We can see that we are seeing some weakness on the markets so far. Again, it is what it is. You can make money on the way up. You can make money on the way down. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, I'm going to ask you, we got 1,200 people in the building. We like to keep it at 50% likes. So once we get to 600 likes, I'm going to start doing the charting. For now, I'm just going to clean it up. And I'm going to sit here, I'm going to wait. And we're going to get to 50% likes, about 600. And then we're going to do the charting. And what I want everybody here to do is learn this skill, right? A lot of people ask me, Keenan, man, where do you put the blue lines? Where do you put the red lines? What does all of this stuff mean, right? That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put the lines on, and then we're going to get it going. Right now, we at 260 or so. So get the likes up, family. Get the likes up. And then once we do that, we can go ahead and we can start. 500 almost. Love you too, Jackie. Appreciate you. All right, we almost there, family. We almost crossed the line. All right, 607. Let's get it, baby. Shout out to the family. And look at y'all. The likes made the stock market jump up a little bit. Let's get it. So now, before anything else, what I want you to see though is that the RSI, the relative strength index, that's this right here. Do you see how this is filled in with yellow? They're saying that the market is way oversold. It's way oversold. We got as low as on the RSI 8 family, under 30. I'm talking 29, 28. That's way oversold. I'm talking about way oversold. This thing got all the way down to 8, meaning too much selling happening way too fast, aka the FOMO sellers is in a building, right? Right now they're in the building. So too much selling too fast. This is when you get these bump ups, right? These little bump ups. So now that we got this, we almost got 700 likes in the building, and you see what's happening, right? When you put likes on a video, it helps to send it out to everybody who ain't getting it, and it helps to show that you like content like this. So then that's why we need to do this. So then it's really helpful for all of us in general, especially if you want to continuously see this and learn. So now I'm going to zoom out. Y'all ready? If you're ready, put some headphones in the chat because we got the likes in. And now what we're going to do, and keep hitting the like too if you ain't hit the like. So it is what it is. It's free L2. What I want you to do, and I'm on Webull desktop. I had pinned it in the chat. I am using Webull desktop app. I went to Webull. I got an account. I downloaded the Webull desktop app, right? I zoom out to about 2 days. I want to see today. I want to see yesterday, right? And sometimes if the price has dropped below yesterday's low, then I want to zoom out even more so I can see when was the last time it was this low, right? And that was over here somewhat, right? At that 408 that we've been waiting for like a few days, right? That's it over there. So that's what tells me how far back do I need to look back for a day trade, right? How far back? So I'm just looking for a previous low or a previous high since we already passed this low, right? And that should make sense to you, right? Headphones in the chat. So now that I can see it's over here, and again, you see my words, we'll move them later. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a line there just so I can see, okay, here and here. And I'm going to make it red. I'm going to make it red because this is telling me that we are at a support level. Supports generally, remember, if you throw a ball on this line, right, and the ball was just going to bounce, it's likely to bounce off of the line. However, imagine that it may look like a ball, but it's a bowling ball. You throw it and it could break through the support line. It could break through that floor, right? So now that we see that, we want to see, okay, are we dealing with a bouncy ball or a bowling ball that's going to drop right through the floor? The bowling ball through the floor means, oh, it's time to ride the wave down into the basement, right? But if it's bouncing off of the floor, then two things can be true. We could be running up or we could be headed into the gamble zone, which again, we'll get to. So now at this point, you should understand how to put this lower level here, because again, this is just the previous day's support. So it wasn't yesterday. I had to look even further back and I saw that 2 days ago, 2 market days ago, that's when we have that. So you see these gray bars in here. This is the pre-market and aftermarket when the market is closed. The institutions can still trade. In the dark black spots, these are the actual days, right? These are the actual days. So this is Thursday. Over here, this is Wednesday. This is Wednesday like night. This is Wednesday morning or Thursday morning in the pre-market. So you can see the difference. So now that we got that, what we're going to do is we're going to go and look for our green line. Now, our red and our green lines, if you are a new investor, if you are new to the game, oh yeah. And what we call this red line is our normal entry on a put. However, we have to be very cautious because law 5 is in full effect. If you don't have a screenshot of the laws, take a screenshot of them. Law 5 is in full effect where TA works 70% of the time because of the news, the CPI data, the PPI data, all of this data that's coming out is news. And then you see the news saying stuff like this. U.S. rates may be headed higher than Wall Street and the Fed think. So we got to keep all of this in mind. So the people who are being like a hammer, right? To a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. They just want to bang, right? Like that. So with that being said, we got to understand, okay, the TA ain't going to work every time because the news could get in the way. So now we zoomed out still. We need to add in our green line. If you're a new investor, what I want you to do is consider, if you don't know how to do your stop loss, if you don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, have risk management, and you can't day trade like that because you don't have a cash account or account over 25,000, right? Say, okay, I have to be more patient. I have to be more patient. What does that mean? That means that you are going to say, I'm generally only going to trade the red and the green lines, and you can still lose. It's a part of the game. Losing is a part of the game. So we put our stop loss on the 10% when we playing the red and the blue lines. How did I get this green line? I zoomed out and I looked in the last few days. Where was the latest? Where was the peak? And it was over here at 16. So I got my red. I got my green. Now I'm going to move this over here. We call this a normal entry on a call. A normal entry on a call. Now that I got that, I'm going to zoom in. I'm on the 5-minute time frame. You should be able to see on the lower bottom. So we are retesting this low right here. It's 408.54. Let me just zoom out again and see if it's lower, because on Webull, it shows you the lowest point. Whenever you're looking at a chart, it'll show you the lowest point. So we are retesting it. So you see how you can still see this number right here? This is still lower. It's basically 408.52. But we could just imagine it's 408.50, right? So that's what we're going to look at, and that's what we're going to consider. So, we just broke under it. We just broke under it. This means the FOMO sellers are about to rush, family. They're about to rush in. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to look at a put. However, family, what is a red flag? We have two conflicting signals here. We're breaking through a support. We didn't confirm, but we're breaking through a support right now. However, there is a red flag. And if I was trying to throw you a hint, I would be throwing you a hint. If I was trying to throw you a hint, I'd be throwing you a hint right about now, right? What is telling us, what is a conflicting message right here? What indicator? Oh, here we go. See, I'm seeing you picking up what I'm putting down. It's a conflicting indicator. And let's see. First time I seen it posted, Clint, the RSI, the relative strength index, right? It's this right here. We are oversold. Now, what does this mean? Yep, I'm seeing it. RSI is too low. So what does this mean? This means that if we see weakness because we're breaking into new lows, but now we have a conflicting message. You could still trade on a conflicting message, but you got to understand the fidelity of the trade is now lower because of your conflicting message. Now, for my people who are new, let me just see. I think I pulled this up for us one day. RSI, Relative Strength Index. I pulled this up for us one day. One of these days I did. Here we go. Overbought, mean too much buying. That's weakness. That's 70. Oversold means we're under 30. It's too much selling too fast. And you see how it's under here? On Webull, they fill that space in, right? On Webull, they fill that space in right here. So imagine, do you see how it kind of pumped up, family? You just gave me the answer for why this pump happened. And it doesn't mean this pump is going to continue. It doesn't mean this pump is going to continue. But you just told me why it happened. So everybody who's seen the quick break is getting smoked, at least in the short term, right? They get smoked in the short term. It may continue down because the RSI was freaking 15. And we know that 30 is oversold. However, remember, the FOMO sellers can overtake any indicator. The FOMO buyers can overtake any indicator. Why is that, family? Law number 5. News. It is going to influence the market in the technicals basically 30% of the time. But you got to be able to identify that. And that's what we were able to do rather than just rushing into a put, right? You can still get into them potentially because we did break into a new low. And that's a huge bad sign to break into a new low in the last few days and for the news to be pumping the fear. However, we know that it's probably going to keep selling off, but there was just too much of it too quick. So if that makes sense to you and you picking up some gems here, I really want you to put some headphones in the chat, family, for real. So now, it doesn't mean that we're not gonna keep going down. What we're gonna do right now is this. If you notice, we don't have our blue lines. This is what we want. We want our blue lines in here. It's very tight. It's gonna be very tight compared to normal days. Now, the reason for that is because our red line is so close that it's also basically our lower blue line. So we're gonna put our two blue lines in here, but we see that this red line and the blue line are, at this point in time, the same spot. Can you show the laws again, please? Yes. Take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this. If you're on an iPhone, click the power button, and I want to say the up volume button. Take a quick screenshot of this. 90% of traders are not profitable. You will lose sometimes. So you want to make your losses small. How do you do that? You must use a 5 to 10% stop loss and trade with 5% of your portfolio max, aka you got $1,000. Then no more than $50 should be going into options, in my opinion. Right? It's one of the laws. Now, holding overnight is very risky, especially in a bear market, which we are in. And then the game is not fair. TA is going to work 70% of the time. Sometimes you're going to get false breakdowns, and sometimes you're going to get false breakouts, right? Breakdowns are down and breakouts are up. And then the news and manipulation are going to be at play in those, right? And that's going to happen 30% of the time. So if you get into 10 trades, 7 of them, the TA is going to work out. And then 30% of the time, or 3 trades, you're gonna be like, yo, what the heck just happened here, right? The TA, what happened? You probably got a false breakdown or a false breakout due to the news or due to manipulation. The last live stream, for those of you that are new here, we keep track of my performance on here so you could have the receipts. Every one of these is recorded. The green is what I won, the red is what I lost. Last time I hit the home run and I got out up over $2,000, family. So that was a good run. But some days you get no clear signal. Now, imagine that I would have got in on last Thursday and I didn't get a clear signal because there was news going on. There was all kind of stuff going on. And then I would have jumped in and blew up my account or something crazy, right? Because I'm not listening to the laws. I would have missed out on this day, right? I would have missed out on just 2 days later when boom, $2,000. While everybody else crying, I'm sitting here making money, right? So, okay, now let's come back. RSI is trying to cool off. When RSI can cool off, this means that we can continue more on the downside on this downtrend. So now you see how it touched the line, but then it's kind of coming back to retest it. It's coming back to retest it. So a retest means touch the line again, see what happens. Is it going to bounce or is it going to break? If it retests and it fails the test, then it's going to break. But if it tests and this is actually a support, it'll bounce. So now let's go and let's look at potential options. So I'm going to go to the watch list. Right now, since we're coming for the retest, we're not there yet. I would put the blue line here, but the blue line, the 2 blue lines, the early entry, technically speaking, the blue and the red line would be the exact same because I got the red line, or at least the bottom one, right? The early entry on a put. They're the exact same because remember, how do we get this red line? We got to look back a few days and then see where is the low, right? We look back a few days and see where's the low, and it's here. Now, how do we get the blue line? We look at the current price. We look at the current price. We make a horizontal line, meaning right, left. And then we look for the previous low. And the previous low is the red line. So I hope that makes sense to you. That just today, right? Sometimes you get things like this where our blue and our red line are literally exactly the same. It just happens to be that way. Now, I see my dog. Good spot. You spotted this one out. GM said the MACD is about to cross. Look at this. MACD is crossing up. MACD is crossing up. RSI is oversold. These are 2 signs of strength. 2 signs of strength. The fact that you peeped that, and again, it kept you out of getting into a put too early. It kept you out of getting into a put option, aka trying to make money on the way down, too early. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. It doesn't mean that the puts won't work because again, the news is pumping the fear out, but it meant that you didn't get in too early. So now, speaking of that, speaking of getting in too early, we're starting to get our potentially the top of our blue line, right? The potential top of our blue line. And I would say it's like about right here. The early entry on a call. Early entry on a call. Because remember, you look at the price. Where was the most recent peak? That's the early entry on a call. And where's the most recent bottom over here? That's the early entry on a put. And we're right now in the gamble zone, but it's extremely tight. It's extremely tight. Since it's tight like this means that it's going to be a bit of a challenge. For what? It's going to be a bit of a challenge to get a good entry because we're so close to the calls and so close to the puts on the early entry. Now, the blue lines family, if you're new to the game, I wouldn't trade them. I would not trade them. It's high risk. You don't want to be getting into stuff that's trading options already high risk. You don't want to be taking on unnecessary risk, and you don't understand how to manage your risk thoroughly. Okay? So now I'm moving my words over here so we can see them. Now that we see this, because somebody asked me about this yesterday, and we added this in. I hope y'all remember when we added this one in. This is the yellow line, right? I was talking about not the yellow line, but the yellow words. When you get into a play and you get in very early, right? This would have been very early on a put. It says call, but this would have been very early on a put. Let me just change the word real quick. And I say do one of two things, in my opinion. Because remember, this would have been very early because it didn't confirm. It didn't confirm down, right? Confirmation means that there's a candle that lives totally under this and it would have been red. So if you got in when it kind of broke through the line, but it didn't confirm on under it, that would have been a very early entry on a put. And I say, if you're going to do something like that, take it one of two ways. Do a 2% stop loss, or what you're going to do is, well, three ways. Either don't do it at all because it's extremely high risk to get in very early, right? Put a 2% stop loss on it. Or, hold up. We about to run a little bit. It looked like we about to try. We're going for the retest of the line. Retest of the line. Oh, yeah. Or the last thing, ease into a position. That's what we've been working on lately. Easing in. Meaning, let's say I had $50 to put into an option. And let's say that the option costs, $20. Then I'm buy one. And then I'm going to wait. And I'm going to buy the other one. Right? Like that. So I can get a good average price. So now we breaking towards the upside a little bit because the MACD and the RSI are both low. So now we get some upward pressure. And you can see that the candle wicks are long on the bottom, meaning that the buyers down here, and I'm going to just get rid of this early entry one. Because remember, even here, if you try to break here, you see how it's like kind of green, but it didn't confirm above. This would be a very early entry on a call, a very early entry on a call, because we do not have confirmation. Remember, this is extremely risky because even the early entry on a call is risky. So then that means that this one is extremely, extremely risky. Our early entry on a put and normal entry on a put are in the same spot. So I would err on the side of caution when we have our early entry on a call on a put and our early entry on our early and normal entry, when they're the same thing, I would err on the side of caution and go with the 5% stop loss personally. This one, I personally wouldn't take a very early entry right now. However, the strength is there. The strength is there. I got 3 indicators of strength. I got the candle wicks on the bottom that are big, right? You see how they're very long here? This means that our buyers are sitting right here. But the market is trying to smoke them. Our buyers are sitting right here. The news is trying to smoke them. Everybody's trying to smoke them. So I don't imagine that they're going to have too much strength if they keep pumping out this fear. Right now, we're sitting in a gamble zone, but our buyers are right here, this green block. Our sellers are up here, but they're a little thinner, but that's where they are. If we get into a put, we would like them to kind of chew through all of the buyers, and then it could just be a free fall, and you can make money on the way down. Okay, so I'm going to delete that for now. I'm not necessarily looking for early entry on a call. Sometimes when we just wait, because a lot of the time it's a patience game, what we like to do is say, I'll spice it up. However, that's not a great long-term strategy, trying to play it super crazy hot all of the time. So now we are in what we call the gamble zone, right? We are in the gamble zone. So let me just zoom out and go grab that gamble zone. The gamble zone is in between 2 blue lines. This means the buyers and sellers. This is really, and I heard somebody call it the battle zone one time too. I was like, yeah, that's a good way to think about it. You know how back in the day, I'm talking for real back in the day, where people were sword fighting, right? And they rushing at each other, like just straight up. I'm talking like literally just like rushing at each other. This side of the army, that side of the army, and they just clashing right here, right? Right? That's this. This is a battle zone. This is where you got this side. This side is where the sellers are at. You see the long wicks on the top? And then this side here, this is where our buyers are. So you can see, even by just looking at this, which I'm kind of mapping out the distance or the length of the lines here, you can see that the sellers is kind of getting pushed through. So now, where are we? Since we did not confirm, and remember, confirmation is a candle that lives totally above. And in this case, for a call, it would be a green candle, but it lives totally above your support lines. And I could even try to, now that I'm zoomed in, I can make this one even better. So you see this peak right here and this peak right here, they're basically the same. This is where our resistance is. So our level is actually a little bit longer here. So confirmation lives totally above. So our very early entry would be if you see the candle on the line breaking through. That's a very early entry. Higher risk, meaning I would either ease in or put a 2% stop loss and just get kicked out immediately, or most likely 9 times out of 10, not even do it. Not even do it, right? Okay, so now that's that. And we're in the gamble zone. We would like to see confirmation above to tell us to do what? Remember, trade with the chart, not with your heart. That would tell us, okay, we could look towards an early entry on a call. My newer investors, again, I want to reiterate this. You kind of want to chill out on always getting in early, right? It's not a good long-term strategy. Early entry on a call, early entry on a put are in the same spot still. But now we're in this zone right here where it's a little bit of a battle. Let me actually move this over us a little bit so you can see it even better. Oh yeah, I got nasty with Weeble. Since I first started doing the live streams, I ain't the most knowledgeable when it comes to finding all the little indicators. However, understand me on this. Understand me on this. I learned how to draw a square. You understand? I learned how to draw a square. I learned how to draw a square on Weeble. And I learned how to make the words the right size. Okay, so now let me just zoom out a little bit too and get my, so you can see that these two are the exact same. And again, I always tell you this, trade with the chart and not with your heart, baby. Trade with the chart, not with your heart. Somebody asked me too, shout out to y'all, family. He said, John Wicks are dead. Yo, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard. That's hard. My man said John Wicks are deadly. I'm telling you, them candle wicks, you got to be able to see it. You got to be able to see it. Okay, so now let's go back. Let's just double check it. So now that we're looking at this, right, I do want to say, oh yeah. Under the videos, because somebody asked me, they're like, Keenan, man, I want the shirt, but I want the one. Some people want the one with just the heart and the chart stuff, like trade with the chart, not your heart. But some people want it with the words. So now we got both. So if you click it, you can see both now. Trade with the chart, not with your heart. You said you gotta be surgical with it. Yo, I'm telling you, big dog. Dale, on point. You gotta be surgical with it. But we can see that we are in what zone? Family, we in the gamble zone, baby. We in the gamble zone. You said you need larger sizes? Big dog, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down. Where my notepad at? Cause I might be able to get that going. It's Teespring. I got you, big dog. Me. All right, cool. We in the building now. So as you can see, again, we in the gamble zone. We in the gamble zone. Those of us that know, and those of us that don't. Some people jumped into some calls up here, but they didn't wait for confirmation. If they stick to the plan, then they would have got kicked out by now. They would have took a little L. But again, that's law too. Take small losses. If you're gonna take a risk, take a small loss. Don't take a huge loss. And somebody said to me the other day, right? I want to just, while we waiting, right, and we being patient here, I want to just go to Twitter. I want to go to Twitter, and I wanted to show y'all something. So again, if you unfamiliar with what's going on with the market, it was expected that inflation was going to come down to 6.2, but in actuality, it was 6.4, which was still lower than the 6.5 previous. And more things are happening than that, but that's the main thing. So then rates may have to go higher, which again, remember, always look for the positive. Is going to help you with your savings account. That's going to help you with that. So just be clear on that. So now let's go back. Now that we're waiting right here, I want to just go to Twitter and just show you something real quick. There's a lot of people who are thoroughly misinformed. Thoroughly misinformed. So then I got to, hold up, let me see. Log out. No, I don't want to log out. I want to go to me. Keenan Grace. Here we go. Somebody said this, right? Hold up. Check this. I got this comment and it says, and I always block people's name out because I don't want to ever feel like somebody feeling disrespected from what I'm just talking to you. 0 days to expiration on that option was gambling. Good win. Family, this is called, and no disrespect if you're in the building, this is called ignorance. This is called ignorance. When you do not know, what you're going to end up doing is ignoring the fact that you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of odd, but you don't understand it. So therefore you want to talk now. So I said, you don't understand day trading enough. If you think how I'm doing this is gambling, put in the time, big dog. Cause I always want to let it be a teaching moment. Or, and I had to just, punch you in the chest a little bit too. That's just me. You'll just be watching others make money while you talk down, right? So this is what I mean. The last time we did that trade, right? It went up 100%. This was what, Tuesday, right? Every day ain't gonna be like this, but you can see that it's not gambling. A gamble means you get a dice, right? You get some dice and you say, hey, we in the middle of the gamble zone. I'm gonna grab some dice. This ain't a dice, right? But this is my camera lens cap, right? Stop the cap, but this is my camera lens cap. I could flip this thing. You see how you can see the name on it right here? Sony. You might not be able to see it too good. Sony. But then the other side is just like mechanical almost. If I flip this thing right here like a coin, I don't know which way it's gonna land. I have no indication at all. None, zero. There's nothing telling me it might go on the Sony side. It might go on the mechanical side. I have no indicators at all. None, zero. I flip it, and then whatever it lands on, I'm just gonna do a call or a put, right? If it lands on the Sony, I'll do a call. If it lands on the mechanical side, I'll do a put. Oh, look, it landed on the mechanical side. I'm doing a put. Remember, the market's either gonna go up or go down. So I'm gonna get it right half the time, get it wrong half the time. In this case, but you know what's interesting, family? If that's how we were doing it, how is this green? Hold up, you can't see this. How is most of this green? How is most of this green? If it is a coin toss, statistically, it doesn't make sense. But remember, the 5 laws, 98% of traders will not profit. Why? Because they don't have laws that they follow. They don't know to take the small losses so that you could, and don't get married to the market direction, right? They don't know it. They don't understand it at all. So then it looks like luck to somebody who doesn't thoroughly understand. So then I even said that in a comment. I said, I've come to learn things in this world. Let me just start it over from the top. I've come to learn things in this world look like gambling and luck only to those who don't understand how to do it and repeat it. It's that simple. How to do it and repeat it. That's extremely important, because to do it, to make 100% on a play, or even to make money at all, if you make $1, you ahead of 98% of everybody else. That means you could do it, but do you know how to repeat it again and again and again? And anybody who doesn't put in the time, doesn't see that you got to be surgical with it, doesn't see that it can be done, they just going to end up doing what? You'll just be watching others make money while you talk down. You see what I'm saying? And again, I get it. I come on here a lot and I say, you know, nobody else is trading, blah, 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 blah. Nobody else is doing this. And it's true, because it is very challenging. It is. And even if you see me do it and I make it kind of look a little easier than it is, it's just because I'm putting in a lot of time and I'm thinking about it very hard. And I'm thinking about it very thoroughly. And I want to teach you how to do it. And I also want to teach you when not to trade. That's huge, family. When not to trade is absolutely huge. The discipline, yep, that's what you said. The discipline, the 5 P's, the patience is huge. Learn discipline and patience, and the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So that's what we do. So we're looking at a retest again. We're still in the gamble zone, but right now that we're going to retest again, I'm looking towards the puts. I'm going to go to the watch list and I'm going to see a 405 put option. I want to go see what the prices are on it today. I put the 222nd on there because the price of it was in the range of the premium, like 69 and 71. But I'm going to go look at what the price is for the one that expires today. And then I want to go and look for the one that expires on another date, because I like them to be in a certain price range. Remember that. But we're retesting. This is another sign of weakness. The RSI has cooled off and the MACD is now look like it's kind of crossing down. So then I'm looking again towards the downside. Remember though, we're trading right now, still in the gamble zone. It didn't confirm. This would have been a very early entry. I guess it says call. I'm just going to change this so I don't have to keep changing the word. Very early entry. No confirmation equals a 2% stop loss or ease in with a 5% stop loss. I'll even say 5 to 10, right? So this one is more complicated. This one is more complicated. So again, it's because you have to have the risk management and you don't want to be doing this much, right? The very early entry. You don't want to be doing this much. It's not a good long-term strategy. Let me actually clear. I want this to be super clear. Or, excuse me, very early entry, no confirmation. Remember, confirmation looks like this. If we're looking for confirmation, it would be a red candle that lives totally beyond this line. A red candle that lives totally under this line. So if you're waiting for confirmation, at least in this instance, it would have saved you from trying to get in very early, right? But if you did get in very early, you would have max lost 2%, maybe 5%, depending on what your stop loss was. You would have max lost that, but you wouldn't have blew up your account because you got a risk management. But remember, again, I was talking to Catching Rockets, and I was telling you this. He was telling me this, and it was a really good thing. He's like, I'm not a trader. I'm a risk manager. And I think that's a really, really great way to think about that. It stuck with me. He said, rich dad, poor dad message right here. Come on now. Come on now. I got you. Shout out to Jess. Appreciate you for that, family. Much love. Okay. So right now, though, we're coming for the retest. Remember, though, this line right here, it's family. These buyers, this is why this is green. These buyers, they there, family. They really there. at that 408. But I'm gonna look and see what the price is of that option, the 405. First, I'm gonna look at expiration today. Oh yeah, and another thing my dog Catching Rocky said was a bar that I gotta just show y'all too on Twitter. Oh yeah, watch out for the fakes, family. I would never send you a direct message. I don't have a WhatsApp, right? This dude's talking about Keenan's trading class on WhatsApp. Keenan's trading class. No, I don't got no trading class on WhatsApp. This is not true. Right? So somebody pretending to be me. Watch out for that. I will never DM you. I will never add you as a friend on Discord. I talk to the family in the public chats, right? We don't do any of that. And the reason that I can't add you as a friend or can't be sending you DMs is because there are scammers all around and they will be trying to do that. They try to use your trust for me against us both. And we ain't having that. So now, my dog said this. He said, consistency is in luck. And I consistently bank on 0-day trade contracts, as do the others that have put in the work. For example, you see me doing it on live. So remember, if it's looking like luck, but somebody's showing you consistency, family, it ain't luck. It's a skill that you need to learn. Oh my goodness, you look at this. So, oh yeah, let me get back to it though. So the buyers, they're here. They showing a lot of strength, but we're in a gamble zone. Gamble zone is because it could go either way. It could go either way. You say, yeah, I knew I had to spam me in Discord this morning. Listen, we even got bots that's kicking these dudes out, but they just keep making a new account. All right, so let's go and let's see. But I will never add you as a friend, nothing. If somebody asks you, is that Keenan adding me? No, it's not. All right. So the one today, the put for today, I'm going to show you what the price is. I'm going to look at the call too, but I'm going to show you the price of this put right now. But we're trading in the gamble zone. Or we're not trading. We're in the gamble zone. And this is just how it is what it is. It's how it looks. All right. So the put, excuse my nose, my allergies killing me. The put is here. And we're looking at the price. So this is the 405 put. I did not buy this. I'm looking at the price. What is the price? The price is in red. Many people ask me, man, Keenan, I tried to fill, but I couldn't get a fill. My order is just sitting. It's just sitting. If you try to get a fill on the price, understand me on this. You said, yep. You said the scammer's watching the video right now. I bet, I promise you. Scammer watching the video right now, trying to find out a new strategy. Listen, we ain't falling for it. We ain't falling for it. I told you, we family here. And I told y'all a long time ago too, by the way. Hold on, let me go back to the charts. I told y'all a long time ago, I said we gotta be like the 300 Spartans. You understand what I'm saying? When they shooting arrows at us and we can lift up our shield to protect ourselves, we still open. You know, our legs, our head, everything is kind of still open. But if all of us lift up our shield and we make a dome out of it, family, they can't defeat us. They can't defeat us. But why? It's because we're not alone. It's because we have each other's back. That's how you win, family. They say if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with others. And that's what we're doing here, family. So again, I appreciate y'all. Straight up. So now, we still in that gamble zone. The people getting into puts in the green, you really battling with the buyers. The people getting into calls in the red, you really battling with the sellers. That's what the gamble zone is. It could go either way. You might as well, again, flip a coin. At that point, technically, sometimes you could trade in the gamble zone and it can make a lot of sense. But oftentimes, it's best to be avoided when you're trying to play the breakouts. 75 years young today. Oh, okay, family. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. If I have my sounds, which for whatever reason, it ain't working, but happy birthday, family. Major salute. Could we get some hundreds in the chat? My dog birthday. Free, love to hear. Shout out to Free. Shout out to Free. Yep, strength in numbers, baby. Strength in numbers. We got each other's backs always, all the time. So now, let me go back here and let me show you again. So for those of you who are still new to options, this is called the 5 or the SPY, ticker symbol SPY. This is the 405. That's the strike price, right? This is, you could think of this as just the name of the contract, right? This is just the name of the contract. 405, 16th of February, 2023, put 100. That's the name of the contract. The goal is, let's say that you bought it at 26. You want to sell it at 27. You want to sell it at 28. Yeah, look, the family, look, we love each other. You see what I'm saying? Yo, that's right. Jonah said you made it. You made it to 75. And shout out to you for that. Because again, We know you probably experienced so much, and it's a lot of people who didn't get to make it to 75, baby, but you did. You did. You made it to 75. And that's love, and we happy for you. And you know what? Many more, much more life to you. More life to you, baby. More life. Many more. So now let's get to this real quick again. The goal is, again, a SPY contract. Everybody talking about all 0 days to expire, blah, blah, blah. That matters when you want to hold it overnight. That matters when you want to hold it long term. But if I want to get in at 26 and get out at 29, because this is the price right now, it don't matter when it expired to me. If I want to get in at 26 and get out at 50, it don't matter when it expired to me. But if I decide I'm going to hold it, I'm just fold my arms and say, hey, this is just going to work out. Then what happens, family? You get smoked. You get smoked. Hold on to options too long. Okay, look, now we back to the breakout level again. We back to the breakout level again. We got a new day's high. So we don't get married. We don't get married to the market. Family, could we get some rings in the chat? Could we get some wedding rings in the chat? Hold up, I'm about to throw a ring in the chat. We don't get married to the market, baby. Nope. Let me see if it'll let me do it. Hey, I guess my thing don't want me to do it. I got some oven mitts though. Oh, here we go. Can we get some rings in the chat, baby? We don't get married to the market direction. Now, long term, obviously, we want it to go up. But in the short term, what do we need, family? We just need a clear direction. Hey, look. Oh, it's up. It's up. So what am I going to look at now? I'm going to look at the 415 call. 415 call expiration today. Oh, that's too low. Too low in price for me. I'm going to look at the 412. 412 call. That's the strike. 412 call. Expiration today. We're going to find some resistance at the 410, but we're trying to break through it. So this is what I'm looking at. It's 54 right now. This is the one I'm looking at. The 410 call, expiration 16th of February. I did not buy it yet. But this is what I'm looking at. The 410. So now, notice, we did not get a confirmation candle. But we did break into a new recent high. The RSI is normal at 45. Now, this would be considered, if you got in now, a very early entry because there's no confirmation. Confirmation lives totally above the line. So sometimes to spice up the live streams, I do that. But it's way better to just be so patient, family. It's way better just to be so patient. So right now, though, I'm looking. We're at 409, 455, 456 now. 56. If I was to buy $1,000 worth, that would be maybe 20. Yeah, it would be about 20. It's at 53. 52. She's trying to get back into the gamble zone. This would be a very early entry. Knowing that there are news catalysts here. I'm still watching her though. And if I get into a very early entry, I like to ease in. So I told you, I'm willing to trade $5,000. She's at 53, 51. She did not confirm above. And now she's back in here with the sellers again. So I didn't get in. I see her in there with the sellers, but I'm looking at it. It's at 49 now, 49. And we are in the gamble zone, but we are showing some strength. And now we're showing some weakness. No confirmation. If I was to get in, that would be a very early entry, because we're kind of battling the top of this resistance line, which is being tested. Now it's at 47, 45. I'm calling out numbers. What am I calling out? I'm calling out this red number right here. This is the current price. Technically, the price is in the middle, but this is basically the price. It's at 46. So she is getting rejected up here, but we do have a new high for today. The very early entry, I didn't take it, but I had my eye on it. Now she's at 44. Today just seems like one of those days where you really, really, really need that confirmation. You said, is the RSI oversold? The RSI right now on the 5-minute time frame, which I'm on, is currently 39. So it's normal. It's still in the acceptable range. I do see right here, though, that there are a lot of buyers trying to push her up. You see that long wick? But we are in a seller zone, but the buyers are trying to push her up. I don't think it's outlandish to get into a call, but it is a very early entry if I did decide to. I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's ridiculous, but I think it's a very early entry if I did decide to. Okay. Let's see if we get rejected again or not. I'm going to try to get in right now. I'm doing a very early entry. Again, higher level, so I'm going to ease in. And again, to see my entry level, I always post it immediately to Keenan's Trades. And I'll show you how to do a stop loss as well. So right now I'm up 13%. It's like jumping. But I did a very early entry. Today is really, I would say, best to wait for a confirmation. But I'm taking a high risk trade to kind of spice it up. So I'm gonna put my stop loss up higher than my current buy price. All right, so this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at right at this moment. But do you see how fast it is, especially when you do a very early entry? But what did I rely on? My RSI to be normal, the MACD to be crossing up. So I decided that it was safer-ish. Never safe, but safe-ish to get into an early entry on a call. Confirmation, waiting for that is always better, especially when you're new. So, okay, where are we sitting right now? I'm seeing a little bit of strength. I'm up $100, but you know me, I like $100 bills, so I'll accept that. So I put my stop loss to kick me out up a minimum of 100, but it could keep running, right? We will wait for the confirmation. You said 0 days to expiration. Again, we had a whole conversation about this. Marquita Woods. And yes, 0 days to expiration. However, I don't plan on holding this long. So if you go to Keenan's Trades, you'll see where I bought it, right? And then you'll see that I could sell out of this right now. Right? I could sell out of this right now, and then I won. It doesn't matter if it's 0 days to expiration or what. None of that matters. Let me move my stop loss up a little bit too, because I did the very early entry, and now she's like on a bit of a run. Yes, this is a single option, not a straddle or anything. Yeah. Now she's up like almost 20%. So you know what I'm doing with the stoppy. You know what I'm doing with the stoppie. I'm moving her. She going up, baby. We here to win. We ain't here to play. Oh, yeah. So, look. You see this? This candle closing out green is our confirmation. So, now, this early entry one is up 27%. Right now. And I only use $1,000 to do this. Willing to trade 5, but I only use $1,000 to do this. Okay, yeah. So I was trying to explain something to Marquita, I want to say. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, this is a 0. So you see how this is up 27%, right? Take a look at this. We looked at the puts because we were getting near the put zone. We got out of that. We don't get married to a play. We put the rings in the chat. We look at the calls. This right here, when you go and look at the, when you go and you look at the price that I got in, this red number is now higher than that, right? This red number is now higher than that. So then she's running up. And we got to be able to take our small wins. So now that she's up 30%, I'm going to go move my stop loss again and move it higher. So what I do is I go to modify the order. I go to modify the order. And then I change my limit order to a stop order. So that was basically entry number 1. And remember, I was telling you, it's like surgical, it's fast. But you learn the skill. But again, you see this candle right here? This is trying to confirm. The confirmation is a candle that lives totally above your line. We could always come back and retest it if you ever feel like you missed the entry. Missing entries is a part of the game too. So up 30%, $300 out of 1,000. Right? Out of 1,000. So, all right. We could, you say you just made 500. Let's get it. Now, since I appreciate y'all, right? And I like spicing it up. I'm willing to do something that I don't do all the time. Right? I'm willing to do something I don't do all the time, but it would be higher risk. But just to spice it up a little bit. So shout out to Jack. Shout out to Jack. Family. Pick a number. Right? I'm gonna put a poll up. I might do this time. I might do it next time. But I'm gonna try to put a poll up. Let me see if I could remember. I don't even remember how to do it. Poll. YouTube, engage your audience. Here we go. Start a Q&A, start a poll. I'm gonna add an option. So, check it out. Pick a number. This is gonna be different than last time, right? It's gonna be different than last time. Pick a number. It's gonna be out of 1, 2, and 3. If y'all guess, and look, I'm gonna write it on the back of this. If you guess what it is, I'll get into I'll put 5,000 on one call, right? And just see what I can do with it, so you can watch me like work with it, right? I'll put 5,000 on it, but give me a second. Let me write the number down. If y'all guess the number on this, so ready? Take a poll, family, and do it quick. What number did I write on the back of this? And I'll try to do a $5,000 option play and see what can happen. You gotta guess it though, family. If you don't, I'll give you another chance on the next live. But if you don't guess it, whichever one get the highest percentage. Come on now. Don't pick what everybody else picking just because they picking it. Here we go. All right, so look, I'm gonna end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the answer is it's 3, family. The answer is 3. I don't know if you can see this. My light is so bright. Here we go. It's a 3. The light is so bright. So I'm not gonna do the 5. I'll give y'all another chance on the next live, but I will jump in again, potentially. Let's see. So we got some confirmation towards the upside. So I won't put in the 5. Womp, womp, womp. Next time, get it right. So, okay. I'm looking again towards the SPY. I'm looking at I'm gonna go to the same option that I was just in. My stoppie kicked me out. That one was a W, right? That one was a W. So right now, technically, I could put in 315 and just have the whole 315 in there, or put in 200 and be playing with the house's money, right? Be playing with the house's money, where I don't have no risk if I'm playing with the house's money, right? It would be no risk because I'm already up. So now, actually, I'm gonna go log that in, 315. Not every day gonna be thousands of dollars a days. Tuesday. Let me go log this in real quick and then come back to the charts. I don't know what this is. And I need, where is that? This. Today's the 16th. And that's 315. I used $1,000 and made 315. Thursday. No. Thursday. All right, but we're not done. We're not done. We are seeing some weakness. Remember, weakness is the sellers. They're showing us up here. The sellers are here. So now, this is what we can do. I always tell you, if you miss your entry, right? You're looking for re-entry. So if you want me to show you a strategy, you said always pick 3. Oh, always pick 3, right? Yo, listen, family. If you want me to show you a strategy, because you know how sometimes you'll miss your entry and then you can re-enter, put some headphones in the chat so that I can show you re-entry strategy. You already know it, but now we could get specific with it now that we've been doing this a lot. Right? You missed the first entry. I'll show you a re-entry strategy now, but you already know it. It's just to move the things that you already have. That's it. Move them. Right? Move the charts that you already have. And this will show us our re-entry. Oh yeah, I'm seeing the headphones coming to the chat, baby. Seeing the headphones roll in. Now, let's look for re-entry. First of all, let's get rid of this. We're just gonna move what we already have. Early entry on a call, again, would be this peak. You look at the stock, where it's at right now, the movement. Where's the most recent peak to the left? That's up here. Early entry on a call. If it's still on the line, understand that's a very early entry. You got to understand the risk management on that. If you wait for it to confirm above, that's early entry. Right now, technically, you could play the early entry from before. And that would mean you could technically jump in now with a 5% stop loss because this candle confirmed, this one confirmed above the line. But it looks like we're coming for a retest. So now look at this. This is our early entry. We move it. And then where's our low? It's still the same, right? So let me just move this and move this here. So we look at our low, Our blue line is still exactly the same as before. But now, you see how we have a new blue line? If it's on it, we call that the very early entry, where you can either ease in with the 5 to 10% stop loss, meaning you don't go all in at once. Let's say you got $50, 10, 10, 10, 10, for example, right? If you get into an option. Or you just wait for the confirmation and then just go in. Confirmations exist totally above it. Early entry means it's on the line. Or very early entry means it's on the line, which is extremely more higher risk. So you got to make sure that you got the skills. So now, what am I going to do? Now look, this very early entry, this is where we are right now. So we could try the rinse and repeat. You could try the rinse and repeat. So right now she's at 68, 67. I'm looking at the price again, 67, 68. So if I do a very early entry, what this is telling me is ease in, ease in. Very early entry means ease in. So then what does that mean to me? Since I'm willing to trade with 5,000, it's telling me don't put 5,000 in all at once. If you feel like you're missing out or you're afraid or anything like that, that means don't do the trade. Whenever you got fear in your heart, it means you're making a mistake when you're doing trading. So very early entry, that's it. That's this. Easing in, 5 or 10% stop loss. You be the judge. Okay, so 66, 67. It does keep touching the 66, 68 now, 67. So I'm going to try to get in with this right now on a very early entry. I'm going to try to get in and ease my way in. I'm looking for, right now I'm kind of looking at 67. See if I can get a fill. I did. I just got a fill for my first one. Again, whenever you do, and you got to understand the risk. Whenever you do very early entry, you understand the risk. So then I'm putting in my entry. First buy at 67. Now she at 66. So I'm down ever so slightly. 67, 66. On this one, I'm going to go for the 10% stop loss on this. But mostly because I already won here. So I could take a little bit of a hit, right? So I'm going to put a 10% stop loss on this one. But I'm going to try to ease my way in. Remember, like I told you, the very early entries, these are super high risk. Super high risk. So at the end of the live streams, I'm willing to go a little bit more risky so that you could see how to handle it when it's not going your way or if it's immediately going your way. So you see when it's immediately going my way, what I do is I put my stop loss up higher, 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 right? That's how I rock. When it's going my way, remember, and I had said this on Twitter. I said, where was it? Hold on, let me show you. This is important. I said, holding stock options too long is a sickness. Remember to take profits. Remember to take profits. Okay, so now I'm going back. And she's still at 67. I'm down technically like 3% right now. I'm willing to lose 10% on this. So let me actually show you a little stop loss tutorial. All right, so one, got that. Order type, stop. Because a lot of people need to know this. Again, no fear in my heart because I didn't put a lot. I eased in. Even though I got in on a very early entry, I eased in. So now let me give you a quick little, and I posted to Keenan's Trade so you can see my exact entry, right? You can see the receipts. So, okay, let's see this real quick. I want to just give you a quick little tutorial. So this is Webull, right? This is Webull. When you go to sell an option, right? When you go to sell it, it's going to ask you to sell it right now at this price, at the red price. You see how it says, what side? Are you on the buy side or the sell side? I'm on the sell side. What kind of order? A limit order? If you do that, you're going to sell out right now. I ain't trying to sell out right now, right? So I change this to a stop, right? I make this say stop. I click this down arrow and then I make this limit say stop. So it looks like this. Order type, stop. Before it said order type, limit. Now it says order type, stop. So then what I do is I can click on this right here. If I click this number, it's going to give me percentages. 2, right? 5, 10. It gives me a number. So then it gives me a chance to say, okay, where do I want to get stopped out of this? Where do I want to get stopped out of this? And then I just click it. Boom, sell. And my stop loss is on. And then when it comes down and it hits that level, it'll trigger my stop loss. And sometimes you get kicked out. Like, let's say I put my stop loss at 68, for example. Sometimes it'll kick you out at 68. Sometimes it'll kick you out at 67 or 66 even, depending on what's going on, how fast it's crashing down, right? So that's that. So let's see what's going on. And again, notice at this point, since I have my stop loss on, I already won. I want you to just really hear the psychology here. I already won basically 30%, right? I won 30% already. I got a 10% stop loss on of my next 1,000 that I put on. That means that, and you do the rough, excuse me, you do the rough math on that. That means that if I lose 10%, I'm gonna lose 100. I already made 350. I'm not gonna lose my own money. I'm gonna lose some of the market's money, right? The house's money. If, but now I'm in the game. And let's see where we at. So right now I'm up $40. I'm up $40 and she's pumping. But I do want you to remember, let's go back in time a little bit. Remember how I told you that confirmation above when the blue line was down here? That's this candle here. It totally lives above and is green. That's the old early entry for a call. That's the old one. And now this one is the new one. And I got in on an early, very early, by easing my way in. And now I'm up another 16%. So then you ask, I just did it twice in front of your face. And I want to just ask you, did this 16% that I just made here, now it's 22%. You know what I'm about to do with the stop loss. I got to move it up. You know it. You know I got to move that stoppy up. Hold up. Got to protect the gains. Remember, holding on to options too long is a sickness. And I don't want that for you. It's a sickness, baby. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be okay. Now, here's a question. Doing this in front of you on a live stream, does this look like luck to you? Or does it look like a skill that you want to have? Luck or skill, family? Luck or skill? 30% just showed you exactly how I did it, using early entries and easing in. Another 22%. Family, this is a $500 day. We've been on a live for an hour and some change. 315 and 240. Skill. It's a skill that can pay the bills. Ain't no luck about it. Because we understand the laws and we understand the game. And we understand that we got to trade with the chart and not with our heart. If we were trading with our heart, when we saw this in the morning, we would have just jumped into puts. Oh yeah, I just feel like puts is going to work. If we would have just did that, we would have ignored the charts. The charts are speaking to you. Understand me on this. The charts are speaking to you. When they tell you that RSI is way, way, way oversold, sometimes it could keep selling off, but it's telling you the RSI is oversold, family. What does that mean? That means, you know what? The sellers are getting tired. The sellers are exhausted. So then you say, I don't know about the puts right now. You see the MACD crossing up? I don't know about the puts right now. The RSI is down here and the MACD is down here. The charts is telling us no. And we seen back 2 days ago that we sitting on a support from 2 days ago. That's three things telling me, no, don't get into the put right now. We broke out of the gamble zone that was down here and we're able to ride this wave up. Oh yeah. Family, ain't no luck about it. Ain't no luck about it. And I'm saying that to say this. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. You ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect. But this ain't luck. This is not what luck look like. Luck, you know what they say? Let me show y'all something real quick. When opportunity meets preparation, what is that? Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. That's how I want you to be, family. I want you to be doing something so spectacular that it looks like luck to somebody who has not prepared and somebody who does not see the opportunity. That's what I want for you. I wanted to, man, you just so lucky, Keenan. Those zero days to expire options. Man, wait, why am I doing 0 days to expire options? It's as if there's a law that's telling me that I ain't holding on overnight. Hold up. Holding overnight is very risky, especially in a bear market. You could do it. I'm going to do it in the future. But in a bear market, I ain't looking to hold it overnight. So I'm following law number 4. And I'm saying, oh yeah, so if I don't plan on holding it, I might as well do it 0 days to expire with appropriate stop losses. What does appropriate mean? Appropriate means, oh, what are the charts telling me? I don't get to decide. And with my profits, the profits that I get out of the market, Keenan, when you gonna take profits? I don't get to decide. I'm not the judge of that. It's not me. The charts and my stop loss is gonna be the judge of that. So that's how I'm rocking out, family. Straight up. Straight up. It's as simple as that. So now we starting to see still show some strength. The RSI is not overbought yet, but it's getting close. So that means that this run could keep running, but it's gonna lose some steam not too long from now. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Now, today was another successful day. Let's see, 240 plus 315 is gonna bring me, let's go down here, right? We gotta add the 200, right? Add the 200, that's gonna bring us to 5, and then add, what was it, 40? That's gonna bring us to another 5, 445. In like an hour. I used $1,000 once, and then I got out and used the same $1,000 again. So he said, bro, you have to explain yourself. He said, we see the work. My dog, man. Shout out to Fred. I appreciate you, big dog. Always. Always. I just want people to just understand that it could be done. Did I mess up? Oh yeah, I'm bugging. I forgot about the it's 2 and 5, right? 2 and 3. My bad. I'm thinking too fast. 555, baby. 555. Shout out to y'all. You said it's the skills. It's a skill in my eyes. Yo, that's facts. Can you explain the theta, how theta works on 0 days to expire? Oh yeah, I appreciate y'all, family. My math wasn't mathing. I got you. Appreciate you on that. Let's go to this question real quick. You said I cheated myself out of 100. Oh, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back real quick, and I'm gonna get to it. I was telling you that we're getting close to the overbought, I mean. So then the buyers is losing a little bit of steam. So then here we go. I still see the strength though. Proper preparation. My dog, TJ. My dog TJ. Shout out to TJ in the Discord. He made some videos on how to do stop losses too. Click how to stop loss in the class questions chat, and then some of TJ's videos are gonna pop up. You go over to his YouTube channel, and then, you know what I'm saying? And he'll show you some of those things too as well. Hold up, dude. Hold up, let me see. Somebody said something I wanted to do. He said, no hate in this group. We love to see it. Yo, shout out to you, family. And look, one day, this is what I'm trying to do. This is my goal, to make it so we could get, because again, this is the number. This is the number that they report, right? This is the historic number that they report. But I want to say this, the 98% of traders are not profitable. Guess what? They didn't have us. They didn't have us. We didn't exist when these numbers was coming out. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't exist. We weren't around. I wasn't around to talk to you. You weren't around to talk to me. But now that we linked up, family, what is our goal? We want to get this number down. So then years from now, they saying, yo, 60% of traders aren't profitable. What's going on? People have been waking up. People have been seeing, oh, if I open my eyes and I can see, oh, there's money to be made here. I just got to follow a set amount of rules. I want this number to go down, down, down. I want it to go to freaking 45. Hold up. 45% of traders are not profitable, right? I wanted to just this number to keep going down from almost everybody is not profitable to, oh, it could be done. But what's going to happen? What's going to get in the way of that? You're going to start to see the big dogs, the institutions, the brainwashed people who aren't institutions, who are telling you it can't be done. They're going to keep telling you it can't be done. Why everybody keep telling you it can't be done? You understand what I'm saying? That's right. That's right, Ron. I'm not in the 98%. I'm in the 2%. And let me tell you something. I lose sometimes. But if my wins are bigger than my losses, then I'm not a part of this. And I will lose again in the future. But I learn. I turn those losses into lessons, baby. Turn those losses into lessons. So now, boom, we still seeing the strength. We still seeing the strength. We love it. We love to see it. We freaking love to see it. So family, look, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We had a great day today. What I almost shorted myself $100, right? 555 is a good day. I'll see you in the next one. But if you can't handle the heat of these hot stocks, then stay out of the kitchen and consider investing in the index funds. Again, family, I love y'all. Take care.